And that's how you get a triple stacked order. To even get a quadruple stacked order. Hey, what up YouTube? It's your boy John Dash, back with another episode of Dash Theory TV. And in today's video, I'll be giving you 3 quick tips that'll help you make more money with stacked orders on your DoorDash runs in 2021. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video to also find out how you could potentially get quadruple stacked orders. Make sure you like and subscribe and turn on that bell notification. Then make sure you're informed about when I drop new videos about making more money with DoorDash. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. First of all, let's get on the same page as far as terminology. When I talk about a stacked order, that's when DoorDash gives a driver 2 orders at the same time. Now, there's 2 ways that a driver can get a stacked order from DoorDash. One way is that DoorDash offers them 2 orders at the initial offer. A lot of times you might see that as like a Chipotle order mixed with a Wingstop order. The other way is to get an order, say from Chipotle, and then when you go to pick that up, you also get a second order, so a sequential stack after you've already arrived at Chipotle. Now, that order may be from Chipotle as well, or that second order may also be from Wingstop or another restaurant. So in cases where you don't get both orders offered to you at the same time, you can actually generate a sequential stack by following this method that I call stack fishing. So you get the first order and you go to that parking lot, or sometimes if you're like me, you're already camping in that parking lot. But instead of just walking into that restaurant and picking up that order immediately, you wait, maybe about 5 minutes until, the pickup time on the app. And in that time period, you may get other offers from DoorDash. Now, some of them may be stacks you may not want to take, and you may have to sift through those before you find a stacked order that makes sense for you. Now, this method may not always generate a stacked order, but it will consistently give you an opportunity to get a stacked order when it's busy in your area. As you'll see in the next 2 tips, stack fishing is actually essential to making more money with DoorDash. So that's it for tip number 1, stack fishing. Now on to tip number 2, stack chopping. Now, a scenario I often encounter on DoorDash is when I get a stacked order that has a short, good tip order mixed with a long route with a no tip order or a very low tip order that doesn't make sense for me to take. When I get these stacks, I can look at that task, I can look at the order, I can look at both tasks, I can see what of the amount and what the ending address of each order is, and decide if I want to do each individually. The one that doesn't make sense for me to do, I will unassign that order. Now, 2 things happen when you get a stack and you unassign one of the orders. One thing is that it impacts your completion rate. Now, DoorDash will tell you what your completion rate will be after that order is unassigned, so you'll know whether it'll put you in jeopardy of being below 80%, and that's the only way that you can actually be in jeopardy of getting deactivated from unassigning orders. So as long as after you unassign the order, you'll be above 80%, there's nothing to worry about. The second thing that'll happen after you unassign that low pay, no tip order is that you actually will be eligible to receive another order on top of that. You'll be able to stack fish again and actually make that good stack and mix that with another good stack and make even more money on a stacked order with DoorDash. The other thing to be mindful of is that when you receive a stacked order, the base pay is actually lower than when you just receive an order alone. So a lot of times people don't realize, but when you receive a stacked order, if the hidden tip amount in your market is typically $8.50 on an individual order, on a stacked order, that hidden tip amount will actually be $8 because instead of a $3 base pay, that stacked order actually has a $250 base pay. And even if you don't get a second order, you still have one good order on your plate. And a lot of times that'll be better than waiting for another order that would have been coming after you could have already had one in your hand. So that's tip number 2, stack chopping, and how you can also incorporate tip number 1 and make more money with stack chopping. Now, last but not least is tip number 3, task jumping. Now, a scenario I often encounter with DoorDash is after I've been stack fishing, I don't get a good stack, I go pick up my order. Right as I'm on the way out, I'll get an offer finally for a stacked order that's next door or somewhere close, or potentially even in the same restaurant. A lot of times this is based on the destination location I'm already going being where another order nearby needs to go as well. The unfortunate thing is that often in this scenario, although that first order is ready to go, that second order is just beginning to be made. Now, a lot of times this would mean an additional waiting period, which will really kill your dollars per hour when you're trying to make more money with DoorDash. Now, what a lot of people don't realize you can do is you can actually switch tasks, go deliver that first order, And then on the way back, you'd actually be eligible to fish for another stack, potentially get a triple stacked order on your way to go pick up that second order that you can then go deliver and drop off as well. And that's how you get a triple stacked order. So essentially, even though that order isn't ready for you when you go to pick it up, it's basically in queue for you when you drop off the first order. So it's like having that second one ready, and you're also able, like I said, to fish for another stack, get a triple stack order. Now, after you go pick up that second order that you originally had in queue for you, you go to pick up that third order potentially. If that one's not ready, you can once again switch task, go deliver your second order, go pick up that third order while stack fishing for a fourth order to even get a quadruple stacked order. So that's tip number 3, task jumping, and how it can help you potentially get triple stack and quadruple stacked order. So that does it for all the tips in this video. If you think this information will help you make more money with DoorDash, I would kindly appreciate it if you give it a like, if you subscribe to my channel, and turn on those bell notifications so you'll know when I make more videos like this that help you make more money with DoorDash. Because helping you is what we're about here at Dash Theory TV. Until next time, be safe in them streets, remember to work smarter, not harder, and dash optimally. Peace.